jury and to sit on a jury with 4 women jurors and 4 male jurors as well this year, especially.
Well, thank you. I think that speaks by itself. You know, I couldn't feel better. That's why I think it's the fact that we are here is a statement itself of how the really world think about it. I did. Somebody was mentioned. I have the privilege to bring in 2017 this virtual reality installation that I did called Carne y Arena, and that was basically the way I respond to what I think is happening, not only in the United States and Mexico border, I think in all the borders in the world. It's, for me, that job, that work that I did was a way for me to express how wrong, how cruel, how dangerous it is to be making those assessments and pointing out and blame the most fragile, the most poor, the more needed people in the world, you know, running out from poverty and violence and rape and basically a survival mode to put themselves, risking their lives. And people lose their lives and disappear in the sand, in the deserts, or they dissolve in the water, in the ocean here. And the world is melting. And these guys are basically ruling with, you know, rage and angriness and lies. And they are basically stating or writing fiction and making people believe that those are real things and facts. So I think the only thing I personally can react to is, I'm not a politician, but as an artist, I can basically just express through my job and with the heart open, just basically what I think, and to be truthful to what I lived through this work that I did with the immigrants and knowing them well and the realities and understanding them. Because I think that the problem is what is happening, I felt, is the ignorance. People does not know, so it's very easy to manipulate. And that's why, again, I come back to the fact that not having films of all around the world being shown in United States or in Mexico, where you isolate nationalistically people just identifying with themselves, is a very dangerous thing, because then we cannot consider the otherness as we. So anyway, I am absolutely basically against what is happening all around the world, and I expect that there will be something happen that will stop this dangerous thing that can return to us to 1939. You know, we know how this story ends if we keep with that rhetoric. And we forgot very easily that, you know, 1,500 years ago we were with the Greeks, and 1,000 years later we were in the Middle Ages, you know, and we lost all that. How that happened? We think that we are evolving with the technology and social media, but it seems that every tweet is a break of isolation and attached ideological things, and is creating a lot of isolation and threat, and, you know, a lot of paranoia about it. So anyway, that's what I think.
We're talking about women in this jury panel. I see you
have a history at Cannes in competition, breaking ground as a Mexican director. You're now on the other side of that process, sitting in judgment of other films, and I'm wondering what you plan to bring to being the head of the jury this year. Did you understand how the jury worked when you were being judged, and how will you make this jury work to try and judge all the great filmmakers this year? Thank you.
Well, I thank you very much. It's an honor, first of all, to be here in the Cannes Film Festival, representing such an amazing filmmakers, colleagues, friends that I have admired their work. And, you know, basically we together, we were figure out the way to get to the best way to identify what really strikes us more deeply, humanly, emotionally, intellectually, what provoke us more, what disturb us more, what comfort us more. I don't know how it's going to work, to tell you the truth. I have never been a president. I have never controlled anything, even my sets, not my family, nothing. So to be a president is one of the most awkward kind of situation. And Mexican president, it's dangerous, I have to say. But I have to say that I couldn't be more excited to find out a way and to share every day with all my fellow jury members how to be exposed. We will be definitely moved, we will be shaken during the next 10 days, and to use our heart, first of all, to, in a way, I will not call it judgment, you know. I don't like to judge films. I would like just to be impregnated by them and then to react to them and to share, and then to figure out what really can be a pattern that we all can really be in a frequency that we feel that it's the best. But honestly, I always felt that competition sometimes is very difficult or childish in a way, because there are so many films from so many great directors competing this year. It's such an amazing selection that I think we're going to have a very, very, very intense, hard, passionate, but we will be devoted to it. Very, very excited about it.
Question. Overnight sensation in Cannes, and really, really had all our hearts beating.
Ebert.com. My question, at this point in our history, with so much happening in the world, and in my country, the president is saying he wants to build a wall against
American actress Elle Fanning. Last but not least, obviously, a Polish director and screenwriter, the Polish vibe of this jury, who Mexican director, producer, and screenwriter Alejandro González Iñárritu. Yes. To our president's...
I was in complete shock when I got that phone call and that question if I wanted to be a member of the Cannes jury. I think I was in disbelief. I think I'm still feeling that buzz and that feeling just to be sitting up here with these incredible artists, and we all met, you know, and came together last night, and it was a really beautiful dinner and beautiful time, and yes, I think, I don't know, I mean, I definitely am young, but I started acting very young as well, and I've been on a lot of movie sets and started off with literally like one of the best, so I feel just really honored, and it's, you know, I also feel proud to represent a young voice in this festival and get to be a young audience member and view the movies from those eyes, and so I feel, yeah, I'm excited to get to do that. Thank you.
Question here.
Hello everybody, Alejandro, ¿cómo estás? Silvestre López Portillo de México. Primero que nada, muchas
The Director's Fortnight, The Wonders, who won the Grand Prix, and of course, last year, Happy as Lazaro, who won the Best Screenplay Award. All right, well, it certainly is a pleasure and an honor to introduce to all you lived very lucky times indeed for you, but how does it feel certainly to be, you know, the other side of it all?
Which language?
Français, italien, vous voulez.
J'ai peur que je dois dire les mêmes choses qu'ils l'ont déjà dit, c'est-à-dire que c'était une grande honneur, une belle responsabilité. Je suis très contente d'être avec cette jury et j'ai l'impression que je vais apprendre beaucoup aussi comme spectatrice. Et je suis là comme spectatrice par rapport à... Et je suis aussi contente que
vous m'avez demandé par rapport à les femmes.
You asked me about
On
women.
vient tous les temps nous questionner comment est-ce que c'est
People
être
keep
une
asking
femme
us what's it like
réalisatrice.
being a woman
Et
director.
et c'est un peu. Je suis contente de voir
And I'm
qu'on est bien
pleased
représenté,
to
qu'on
see that
est,
we're
comment
well
dire,
represented here.
équiparate.
In fact, there is an equal number of
De
men
demander à
and
nous, des
women.
fois, c'est un peu drôle parce que c'est commun de
It's a bit
demander
odd
à
when
quelqu'un
we're
qui
asked this
a
question.
supéré
It's
un naufrage
Bit like
pourquoi
asking someone who
il est
survived
encore
a
vivant.
shipwreck why he's still alive.
Et tout le monde arrive sur la plage et te demande
Everybody,
pourquoi tu es vivant. Et tu
is
dis,
swept up onto
il
the
faut
beach
demander
and
à les gens
you're
qui ont
suddenly asked,
construit
well,
les
why are
bateaux.
you still alive? Well, ask
Il
the
faut
person who
demander
built
aux
the
gens
boat.
qui ont
Ask the person
vendu les billets.
who sold the tickets to board
Il
the
faut
boat.
demander aux écoles,
Ask,
il
the
faut
schools,
demander,
ask,
il faut aller par arrière, il faut aller... Parce que souvent, on est
behind
très
the
critiqué
scenes.
à les
We're
derniers
often-
moments d'un procès. Et toutes les fois qu'on arrive au dernier moment du
questioned
procès,
at the
comme dans les
very
festivals, dit
last
ah, il n'y a pas assez de
time.
femmes. Mais
And
c'est pas
people suddenly towards the end of the
au
festival
dernier
suddenly
moment
say, oh, there
qu'il
haven't
faut
been enough
réparer les
women.
choses.
But
Il
it's
faut
not
vraiment
at the very end that you should raise
regarder
these issues.
au
You
début
need to
d'un
talk
procès.
about the very beginning of the
Et
change,
je sens
the
que
very
c'est un
beginning of
procès
the
qui est en
procedure.
train d'être
And I
révélé.
think that this is a
Et par
procedure
rapport à
or
ça,
a
je suis
chain that's
contente d'être
beginning
là,
to change, and I'm very pleased,
soit
therefore,
comme
to be here
spectatrice,
as a
soit comme
spectator
réalisatrice,
and as a
soit
film
comme femme.
director.
Il y a eu du progrès parce que la question sur les femmes et les hommes n'est pas venue tout de suite au début. Donc vous voyez, il y a déjà un progrès. Question.
Por favor, si pudieras contestar en español. ¿Qué se siente ser el primer mexicano y el primer latinoamericano como presidente del jurado? Y mi segunda, ¿cómo ves el cine mexicano en la actualidad? I would like to know how you felt, obviously, to be president of the jury. How do you see the Mexican cinema right now? Felicidades, de verdad.
Gracias.
Un orgullo.
Bueno, en español te voy a contestar esta. Me siento extremadamente orgulloso, honrado y privilegiado de poder representar el jurado este año en Cannes. Cuando vine aquí hace 20 años con Amores Perros en la Semana de la Crítica, jamás hubiera imaginado poder algún día ser nombrado presidente. Entonces, evidentemente, es un gran honor y representando también a México en ese aspecto. About the second question about what is the state of cinema, that's a very complex. We can stay here for 3 hours, I guess, debating that. But I would like to say that the state of the cinema, it's very powerful, and I think very, you know, the rich lands of cinema that are capable of incredible, you know, infinite forms of expression through genres and cultures, I think is very healthy. I think what really is at stake now is basically the way we are experience it. You know, I think the films, art films, there are great films all around the world. The way is how they access to everybody. And I am a true believer that to watch is not to see a film. To watch is something, to see is another thing, and to see is not to experience something. And cinema was born to be experienced, right? In a communal experience. And I do not have nothing against to watch anything in a phone, in an iPad, in a computer. I sometimes do it with my headphones and I can enjoy it. But I know that watch a film there is not the same if I will have experienced that. So what I'm saying, one should not cancel the other. And as I was saying the other day to a friend, if somebody 200 years from now will come alive and see myself listening to Beethoven in my car with 4 ridiculous speakers, he will say, are you crazy? You are listening to this in these shitty speakers? And I will say, yes, it's great. What is wrong with that? But it will be a very disastrous situation if there will not be an opportunity to hear a whole orchestra, 100 people orchestra playing in a concert hall. And I think we need to find a way to, in this time that there's a lot about diversity and inclusiveness, we have to, in a way, include those films that they can be exhibited around the world. Because France is an exception, that they protect that as a plant that is very fragile. But I always ask how many of these films that we will see in the next 10 days, in this one of the last space that we can enjoy these filmmakers around the world, how many of these films will be exhibited in the world, especially in Mexico? There are few art cinemas owners that are really heroes. And then obviously Netflix has been doing a great job because they have been capitalizing capitalizing the lack of these films, and they are basically included in the TV. So it's great that they exist in TV, but why not to give the choice to people to experience cinema? So to answer the question, I think the production, the distribution, and the exhibition has been hegemonized. They have been homogenic in a way. There have to be a way to get down there. The state of the cinema, I think, as never. There's so many productions. There's so many talented people, so many young people doing great things in different media, from TV phones to any media. I don't care. That's great. Hopefully we'll find a way to really give choices and the right to people to not let die the communal experience of seeing the form of cinema in their own language and in the visual grammar that it deserves. That's what I really think is the most crucial state at this moment.
Wondering what was going on in your mind? How did you feel at the eve of the festival, seeing all these films, and what do you expect, each of you, from this unique experience, which is to be part of the Cannes Film Festival jury? Who wishes to start? All right. Memouna, let's start.
Bonjour, je vais parler en
Good
français.
afternoon. I'll be speaking in French.
Moi, ça fait, disons, 2 semaines que je
Well,
suis
for the
dans
last
tous mes états,
2 weeks, I've been in a
on va dire.
complete
C'est pas seulement la
state.
veille.
Not just
Depuis que j'ai
it
reçu
didn't
le coup de
start
fil
just this evening.
qui me
Ever since
demandait
I
si j'étais
received a
disponible
phone
pour
call
faire
asking
partie
whether
d'un
I would
jury.
be available to
J'ai dit
be
oui
part of
parce
the
que je
jury.
sais qu'il y a
I said
plusieurs
yes, because I
catégories
know
au
there's
Festival de
different
Cannes.
categories
J'ai
in
dit
the
oui
Cannes Film Festival.
de
So I
manière
said yes
très innocente.
in a very innocent
Et
way.
2 heures après, on
And
m'a appelé
2
de
hours
Paris pour me
later, I was
dire
called from
mais t'es
Paris
cachotière,
to
tu
say,
nous as pas dit que tu
"Oh,
es dans le grand
you
jury du
really
Festival de
hide
Cannes.
things. You're very
Et là,
secretive. You didn't tell us
mon
that you
cœur
were
a
going to be
commencé
in
à
the
battre à
Cannes
250
Film
à l'heure.
Festival jury. And then my heart
Et ça ne s'est
suddenly
pas
started
arrêté.
to
Et
beat
là,
at
je suis un
twice
peu
its
plus
normal
rassurée parce que je
pace.
suis avec mes camarades
Now
de
I feel
classe.
reassured because I'm with a lot of
Et
classmates.
c'est un honneur pour
And it's a
moi.
great honor for me.
C'est une fierté.
It's a source of
Et
tremendous
je sais
pride.
qu'il y a beaucoup de
I
gens,
know that there are a
que
lot
ce
of
soit ici en
people
Europe,
here in
que
Europe
ce soit dans mon pays, au
and
Burkina
in my
Faso,
country, in Burkina
que ce
Faso,
soit partout en Afrique,
or
il y a
elsewhere
beaucoup de
in
gens
Africa. There are a lot of
qui sont
people
fiers à
who
travers
feel very proud
moi.
through me
Et j'espère
And I do
le leur
indeed
rendre
that I will
et rendre honneur
do
et
this
hommage à
pride
toutes ces
and
personnes
bear
qui me soutiennent et qui m'ont
justice,
soutenu.
to all these people who have
Et,
supported me.
et voir de très bons films.
And I'm looking
Et
forward to
que
seeing a
le
lot of very good
cinéma, la
films.
grande famille du
The
cinéma
great family of the
s'agrandisse.
cinema, I hope,
Et
will
j'espère
grow
bien
ever bigger. And I do indeed
Que
hope
tous mes camarades de classe auront
my
l'occasion un jour de
classmates
venir tourner en
we'll
Afrique.
have an opportunity to come and shoot a film in
Thank
Africa.
you. Well, Kelly Richard. To our president's right, Alice Horvaker.
This question, yes, we don't just sort of decide we don't judge just quality, we judge impact, thematic importance, all kinds of qualities that the films have vis-a-vis one another. So how do you judge films relatively to each other in that way, and do you see them as influencing one another?
Well, I think that will be a process that we will be about to discover from tonight. Definitely, it will be a journey. It will be an emotional journey. As I said, we will be struck. The film will hit us differently. We will share that impact. And as you said, there is I see it as a great dinner, like a buffet, it's so many plates that obviously the flavor of one will affect the next one. And there's no time to have the sorbet to clean your tongue. So we will have to figure out a way, but definitely, yeah, there's an inside narrative. It's like when you play an album, the decision of which song you hear first and the other one, obviously it has an impact too. So we will figure out, and I cannot answer exactly how it's gonna go, but we will learn, and we will be changed, we will be transformed, definitely, and we will grow as filmmakers, I'm sure. That's one of the reasons that I accept this job, because I want to grow with this such an amazing, the state of the film condition is answered here with these people, so talented, from every place, from every gender. So to grow with them and to learn from them, and be moved and be transformed, that will be the part of the journey. And again, as Kelly was saying, I think the most difficult part is the winner is, right? I hope that will never arrive, as she said. All the winners are already there. But anyway, we will have to figure out the best way to answer that question.
Films, exploring time and space, many dimensions. He's an officer of the Order of Arts and Letters, and to many, Kelly's actress and director, who, through documentaries she wrote and directed, through her stage and film choices, has become a unique. Mesdames et messieurs les photographes.
Yeah, it's a strange journey to, be here for the first time, trembling, presenting your film, and I mean, I didn't even realize at that time what Cannes was, and I had never had any similar experience. So it's definitely been a journey, making more films and presenting them, and of course, the stress and the weight never goes away when you present your film. So I'm really happy that I'm this time around I'm visiting the festival in this wonderful position of just being able to watch films. But at the same time, there's a different kind of, as many of the others already spoke to it, but there's the responsibility of how do you watch films and how you remain open, and hopefully we will learn from each other. And I think that might be the most valuable experience, because I think most people have a set way of seeing things. And when you enter in such a structure with so many different people from different backgrounds and cultures and very creative people, there might be an opportunity to learn and allow yourself to see things differently. And hopefully that's what's going to happen.
Thank you very much. This is the end of our press conference. Thank you so much for being with us today. Thank you for bringing all these cultures to the Cannes Film Festival and your specific voices. Merci. The president of the jury, one of today's most beloved and respected filmmakers. History is also in the making as we speak, for this is the first time ever that Cannes Presidents is given to a Latino American filmmaker. Beautiful. Iñárritu cast her as Cate Blanchett and Brad Pitt's daughter in Babel, a royal entrance.
That made me old.
Well, not that old. A royal entrance. What do you expect from this experience, if anything at all?
I'm looking forward to be honest, to when we are just getting in the dark room and watching films. And it's the first time not trying to get out of jury duty. Yes, so often when you're making a film, you're not really watching films, and so I'm excited to suddenly be handed the opportunity to watch 21 films and to talk about them with people that are from all over and that I'm just meeting, and I'm also looking forward to the time when we come and we don't have to say the women directors and the women as a woman. You know, I'm looking forward to that time also, and I'm very honored to be here.
Thank you, Gil.
10 years ago, when you were here 10 years ago, and this past decade was when you were internationally introduced for your work. And allow me a nostalgic question. How do you feel about
How do you think you're going to go about this, in fact, choosing the
no,
best?
I don't think that, first of all, I will not give the award. We all will do that. I think it will be basically one of the things that is very important is I would like to see the films as if we will not know who directed. You know, I think no time, no experience, no name, no fame, no gender, nothing should be taken there. I think for respect of cinema and for the people who made it, I think we should just judge a film by the film itself, by the art itself. That will have to be devoted to that. That's the most important thing. Not other fame or name will be basically influence any decision of that, for sure.
You're going to judge here. And if you could add a few words about the relation that we have nowadays between comic books and the cinema industry. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. I'll speak in French. You know why? Because we're in France and we have to preserve French language. So, no, the problem is that I think you'll understand me better by translator, okay? Thank you for the question. Je suis d'abord très flatté, évidemment, d'être membre du jury de la traduction marche de ce jury, évidemment, en tant qu'auteur, raconteur d'histoire, celui qui regarde le monde. Et là, je pense que les liens entre tous les créateurs, que ce soit le cinéma, l'écriture, la bande dessinée, les liens, ce sont ceux de ce monde qui nous accueille et que nous fabriquons. Nous fabriquons ce monde. Et le regard des artistes est fait pour essayer peut-être de tenter de le comprendre ou essayer de donner une forme de sensibilité par rapport à la démarche de chacun d'entre nous. Et ici, aussi bien dans la sélection, il y a une très très grande variété de sujets, une très grande variété de pays. Ça vient de tous les horizons et c'est extrêmement intéressant et important, de la même manière que nous tous venons de cultures différentes, bien que proches, mais unis simplement par l'amour de raconter, de filmer, de montrer et en même temps de s'exprimer en tant qu'artiste. Donc tout ça, c'est pour moi une seule et même raison d'être amoureux du cinéma. Vous savez, je connais de grands cinéastes qui sont des grands connaisseurs et des grands fanatiques de bande dessinée. Et c'est un lien qui a toujours existé, je crois, entre l'expression artistique du dessin et de la narration, parce qu'il y a l'écriture, c'est très bâtard, c'est très hybride, la bande dessinée. Et puis le cinéma, petit à petit, lui aussi est devenu très complexe, très inventif. Les effets spéciaux ont fini par apporter des choses qui ont peut-être un peu trop occulté l'expression de l'artiste lui-même. Donc on revient, et Cannes est là aussi pour ça, pour dire que le cinéma, ça peut être très peu d'argent, ça peut être très peu de moyens, et ça peut être énormément d'émotions et de force.
French. Maclean's Magazine and the Walrus Magazine in Canada. Last year, at the end of last year's Cannes Festival, Cate Blanchett, in explaining why she gave an
favorito y es un poco increíble en este momento para mí tener la posibilidad de hablar con usted y muchas gracias. Ahora mi pregunta es, en este festival